Welcome to Fair Mormon Answers in a Minute. This is a new production that we've just started. We plan on giving you a wide array of answers on a whole host of topics in a very short period of time. Today we're going to be speaking about the location of the Promised Land. We're discussing this because some people are claiming that the Promised Land is only contained within the boundaries of the United States, where they believe that the Book of Mormon actually took place. This is actually incorrect on many levels, and we'll be discussing some of those today. Archaeologist Mark Wright recently gave a lecture at a recent fair conference, and he asked, when the Book of Mormon came forth in 1830, there were only 24 states. Does that mean that 26 states that have been added since then are outside the scope of the prophecies and promises? It may be worth noting that when the Book of Mormon came forth, this was all Mexico. Along those lines, the saints who came to Utah in 1847, when it was still part of Mexico, but it didn't become a state until 1896. Were they cut off from the prophecies and promises for nearly 50 years? Lou Midgley continues, and he also asks, he says, does the Promised Land, does it include Alaska, Hawaii, and other insular territories currently under the influence of government from the United States of America? They bring up some excellent points. Which America are we speaking about? Which is the Promised Land? Is it the America when there was 13 colonies? Is it current America where there's 50 states? And who knows, we still may gain some states in the future. So where is the Promised Land? Well, 1 Nephi 13:12 gives us some insight on where the Promised Land is. And it's a prophecy, and it says, "And I looked, and I beheld a man among the Gentiles, who was separated from the seed of my brethren by the many water. And I beheld the Spirit of God, that it came down and wrought upon the man. And he went forth upon the many waters, even unto the seed of my brethren, who were in the Promised Land." So it's speaking about this man who discovers the Promised Land. Now, if you ask most Latter-day Saints, they're going to tell you that it was Christopher Columbus, basically because they have been taught this by our leaders since the beginning of the church, really. Elder Mark E. Peterson, an apostle of the church, he explained that the many waters were the Atlantic Ocean, and that it was Christopher Columbus who Nephi saw. And he observed further that the discoverer was guided by divine power on his journey. This was reiterated in 1976 with President Ezra Taft Benson when he stated that God inspired a man among the Gentiles who by the Spirit of God, that man of course was Christopher Columbus, who testified that he was inspired in what he did. This is also stated by Spencer W. Kimball, Joseph F. Smith, George Q. Cannon, Brigham Young, and many, many other prophets and apostles. They all state that this prophecy in 1 Nephi is Christopher Columbus. So now that we have established who the man is, well, where exactly did Christopher Columbus land? What land did he discover? Well, contrary to common belief, Christopher Columbus never set foot in what is now United States. He only discovered Central America, Mesoamerica, or the northern part of South America. So he never went north of that. Now, does this mean that the Promised Land is only located in Mesoamerica? No, of course not. Prophets have told us that the Promised Land encompasses all of the Western Hemisphere, that it includes everything from North America to South America. Wilford Woodruff said, this land, North and South America, is the land of Zion. It is a choice land, the land that was given by promise. Orson Pratt also stated, he said, and the Lord gave unto them the whole continent for a land of promise. And the list goes on, all the way to Joseph Smith. So long story short, no one can honestly claim that the land of promise is contained only in a small area of North to South America. That doesn't mean that United States is not the promised land, because it is. But that doesn't mean it excludes everything outside of the boundaries, because the promised land is all of North and South America.